Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, authorities search for answers following a deadly fire in Great Pond. Plus, banks are sounding the alarm over remote banking fraud that has grown more prevalent in our area. And some 40,000 Mainers never cashed their pandemic checks. We'll let you know how you can see if you have any money waiting for you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith will join us in just a few moments, right? She's right there. She'll be here in just a moment. We're going to have all the day's news coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. Looks like a pretty nice day ahead once again. Really a taste of summer out there. Lots of sunshine today. Maybe some clouds later on with a chance of showers. But the temperatures are heading up towards 80 degrees. Let's turn things over to Devin Biggs for a first look at our forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All right, let's get into things this morning. We have some areas of dense fog that's greeting us this morning, mainly along the Bar Harbor area, maybe some other localized areas at best as well. Otherwise, most of us looking okay this morning. No advisories in effect across our neck of the woods at this time. Further out towards the north, we have some clouds developing, maybe a few raindrops as well. Otherwise, for us today, we will stay dry under a partly cloudy sky. A lot of the rain right now is moving into parts of Canada, and that will mainly leave us alone, although it might try to clip the northern parts of the state. We'll have to see how that develops moving forward. Meanwhile, more storms developing across parts of Iowa and maybe southern Wisconsin at this time as well. Futurecast moving forward, any fog that's developing will be getting out of here. We'll be partly cloudy today, more clouds tonight, maybe a few rain showers on the way as well coming up during the overnight period. As for the winds, they may increase a little bit today, maybe up to 10 miles per hour sustained. Gusts up to 20 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. So for today, here we go. Lower 80s, a warm one out there, partly cloudy and breezy with that south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. A few showers can't be ruled out with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures warming into the 70s and 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. A tragic discovery was made in the remains of a terrible house fire in Great Pond. Crews were called to a residence at 23 Old Dam Way around 5 o'clock Monday morning. Their first units on the scene reported flames shooting from the building. 2 bodies were later discovered inside the rubble. They were transported to the office of the chief medical examiner, where autopsies will be performed. The state fire marshal's office and the Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit are investigating the fire and the circumstances that surrounded those deaths.
One driver is dead and 2 other people are injured following a crash in Winslow. Police say it was just after 5:30 Monday morning when 2 cars sideswiped one another while heading in opposite directions on Route 201 near Taylor Road. 21-year-old Dominic Reed of Waterville was killed in the crash. His passenger and the driver of the other vehicle both suffered minor injuries. A 21-year-old woman was taken to the hospital to be checked out, and the other person didn't require hospitalization. The Maine State Police is now helping with the investigation to determine exactly how it happened.
Well, meanwhile, the owner of several northern Maine funeral homes is out on bail and facing criminal charges. Harold Lampson was arrested Sunday at his home in Lincoln. He's accused of stealing money from funeral trust funds through his businesses in Lincoln and Millinocket. Police searched his businesses after getting reports from several alleged victims. Then last week, the Maine Board of Funeral Services reviewed complaints against Lampson. He admitted to allegations that included more than 60 violations and also agreed to surrender his license. Lampson got out on bail yesterday, and he is due back in court on the morning of August 8th.
The Hancock County Sheriff's Department has issued a silver alert for a man from Surrey. Authorities say 84-year-old Franklin McCormick suffers from dementia. He has been missing from his home on Toddy Pond Road since yesterday, and officials hope people will keep their eyes open for him. Officials say he may be driving a silver Toyota RAV4 with Maine registration plates 9563KH. He may be wearing jeans and a dark t-shirt and may be heading to West Virginia. However, he doesn't know anyone there. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please call the Hancock County Sheriff's Department at 667-7575.
One person was injured in a crash in Ellsworth on Tuesday morning. It happened shortly after 11 at the intersection of High Street and Myrick Street. Ellsworth Police Captain Sean Willie says a four-door sedan rear-ended a dump truck hauling a trailer. Captain Willie says when officers arrived, they found a 77-year-old man having a medical emergency. They believe that is what caused the crash. Officers on the scene performed CPR on the driver until fire and ambulance crews arrived. He was then transported to a local hospital. The driver of the dump truck was not hurt.
The days of depositing a check at a bank are slowly disappearing as remote capture is the growing trend. However, some say that has opened the door to an increase of fraudulent activity. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
Banking has gotten much easier as technology progresses. However, nothing comes without a price.
Ever since we started remote deposit capture, we've had the fraud to go right with it.
According to the vice president of Brewer Federal Credit Union, they see remote deposit capture fraud occur at least 4 to 6 times a week. This type of fraud involves criminals manipulating individuals into unknowingly depositing counterfeit checks through mobile banking apps.
Folks maybe have clicked on a link they shouldn't have, allegedly met somebody online, and they're looking to deposit funds into our members' accounts, which aren't real.
Stanhope says they have staff reviewing checks on the front and back end, but there's only so much they can do.
It's a very sad thing when I have to call people to tell them that their account is essentially down to just a savings account.
Local authorities are attributing the rise of technology to the increase in a variety of online scams.
Every step of technology that we advance forward, it just gives scammers another opportunity to come up with a plan to defraud people.
Brewer police say it's important to be proactive when handling money exchanges.
Whenever somebody contacts you asking for large sums of money, it's very good to do this sort of transaction in person. If you're going to go bail someone out of jail, do it in person.
And bank officials say to avoid any links or requests that seem suspicious.
If you feel a little bit weird about something, just don't do it. It's that easy.
In Brewer, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news this morning, the Maine Public Utilities Commission is warning utility customers about a possible scam. According to a statement from the PUC, the caller claims to be from the commission and tells customers they have been overcharged on their last 2 electric bills before offering to send a rebate check. The statement says the caller then asks for the customer's banking or credit card information so that money can be refunded. That is the trick there. The PUC stresses they will not contact a customer unless a customer has contacted them to file a complaint, and they say never give out your personal information and hang up on any calls you get like this. They recommend calling your utility company directly with any questions and never use a callback number provided by that suspicious caller.
Senator Angus King is one of many legislators who have sponsored the bipartisan Kids Off Social Media Act. The proposed bill would ban children under the age of 13 from accessing social media platforms and prohibit social media companies from pushing targeted content to users under the age of 17. A medical director for Northern Light Acadia Hospital spoke with us about the act, saying it's a step in the right direction. She cited a study that showed cyberbullying causes a higher increase in suicidal ideation compared to face-to-face bullying.
We also see that they're at increased, significant, elevated risk for things like depressive symptoms and anxiety symptoms as compared to people and kids that have decreased time on social medias.
In a statement from May 7th, Senator King said, quote, "Our children and grandchildren deserve to grow up without the damaging risks of social media, and this legislation will take meaningful steps to protecting our youth from these impacts." All right, the time now 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the vote is coming up for Maine's official flag design.
We'll tell you about that. They may want your input too. But first, another check of that forecast. Today we can expect to see lots of sunshine, but the clouds will be building. Maybe a chance of a few showers later on. The highs around 80 degrees. Foggy with a chance of thunderstorms overnight. Lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow a chance of showers, even warmer with highs near 85. We'll be right back.
Bad boy mowers aren't built for everyone. They're built for the bold, the originals, people who get the job done and love every second of it. Bad boys are built for horsepower and cutting-edge precision with a first-of-its-kind 3-link suspension and a style all their own. Because you're not everyone. That's a good thing. Bad boy. Mow with an attitude.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a 5th-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
Oversharing can be weird.
How you doing, buddy? I'm more excited than a mosquito flying into a nudist colony.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
Welcome to the People's Court. Real cases, real litigants, real messy relationships.
Basically, it was friends without benefits.
Friends without benefits? What's the point of that? What's the bird doing here?
The bird is a witness.
Oh, for the love of all that's holy.
The People's Court
on ABC7.
Voters will face important decisions this November. Mainers will be casting their ballot not only for president, Congress, and the legislature, but also whether or not to change the Maine state flag. Emily Cook, the Director of Communications for the Maine Secretary of State's office, says while they don't have an approved design currently, they'll be asking for input from the public on what exactly the design should look like. It could be as simple as the original 1901 flag or a modern twist, incorporating all of the elements included in the law.
We're getting ready to announce what that process is going to be, so your viewers should definitely pay attention for that. But the sort of overall goal is to put out that model flag that the Secretary will approve of in advance of voters getting their ballots for the November election.
The general election is scheduled for Tuesday, November 5th.
Well, York will soon be the first community in Maine to ban plastic utensils. On Saturday, voters approved a ban on plastic utensils, straws, and stir sticks. That ban takes effect next year. About 58% voted in favor of the ban, which a group of high school students came up with. They say it's about helping to protect the planet and people, saying microplastics threaten our health. Some local businesses say that will mean an added cost to consumers to replace plasticware with something else.
Paper is anywhere from 4 to 5 to 6 times more than plastic. So that translates into a lot of extra money in terms of the cost of doing business. The paper forks and knives don't do really well, but we'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it.
The ban on plastic utensils in York takes effect May 18th, 2025, exactly 1 year from when voters approved it. York also was the first town in Maine to ban plastic bags back in 2015. There's now a statewide ban on those plastic bags.
Starting next week, the city of Bangor will begin the process of installing new outdoor public restrooms around the city. Earlier this year, the City Council approved $250,000 from the American Rescue Plan Act funds to build 5 public restrooms. The restrooms will be in Cascade Park, Essex Woods, Coe Park, Abbott Square, and Broad Street Park. This comes after community members expressed concerns over the limited number of 24-hour restroom facilities in the area. City officials organized multiple public forums to determine which locations best meet the needs of the community.
This will be the best set to try initially to see how the whole concept works, and ultimately, hopefully we serve a need here in the community that we've heard is something that exists.
According to the city's Director of Parks and Recreation, they have a contractor in place who will service the facilities at least 1 to 2 times a week. They expect maintenance to cost roughly $24,000 annually. The placement of the first restroom at Broad Street Park will begin sometime in the next week, and they expect to have all of them in place by the end of June.
Well, meanwhile, over 40,000 Mainers are owed money by the state for pandemic relief checks that never got cashed. Henry Beck, the state treasurer, says during the pandemic and immediately following, the legislature approved around $2.3 million in pandemic relief payments. Of those, nearly 40,000, or around 2%, never got cashed, totaling around $19 million.
My office routinely deals with unclaimed property, things like uncashed checks or dormant bank accounts or insurance proceeds. But what the governor and legislature did in this case is they've made sure to immediately send any of these uncashed relief payments to my office now immediately. And so Maine people can check our website and get these payments if they did not receive them or cash them during the first several rounds.
Find out if you're one of the 40,000 people. You can visit MaineUnclaimedProperty.gov. Maybe worth the visit too. You might find out that the state has something else that it owes you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Yeah, I checked it, but they don't owe me anything.
No. I know, it was a weird time. I was working through the pandemic as a lot of folks were, and I don't remember if I did or not.
Yeah.
You'd think I would. All right, the time now is 6:17. After the break, we'll take you to the top of the big hill in Orland, where Home Incorporated is facing a growth demand for services, even as the weather continues to warm.
Plus, the latest fireworks from the Trump trial and what Michael Cohen admitted on the stand. All the latest as Good Morning Maine continues.
Your first car, your first edition, and your first edition. We're here to help with all of life's firsts. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
Would you know what to do if you were in your car, submerged underwater? Wednesday, GMA will show you live how to survive.
All right, it's go time.
From inside a car as water rushes in. Must see live only on Good Morning America.
When R&K Variety in Hamden wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store, offering fresh cooked meals that don't break the bank, gasoline for your mean machines, or beer and wine so your night is fine. Stop by today.
The Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub is world-renowned for beautiful dining with a delicious view, offering a safe, comfortable atmosphere, providing an intimate space for reconnecting with loved ones, family, and friends. It's a true destination dining experience, featuring award-winning dishes from executive chef Arturo Montes, and Ryan's Pub, serving traditional pub food with a modern twist. Whether it's a special occasion or any occasion, the Lucerne Inn is the perfect choice for your business or family gathering.
You've lived quite a life. Now, it's time to live it up. We're here to help you enjoy all you've earned. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
Welcome back, everyone. As we transition into warmer weather, so too do homeless shelters here in our region.
Our Doug Banks spoke with an Orland-based shelter about how their services change and what changes lie ahead.
There's a lot of factors at play as to what causes homelessness.
Homeworkers Organized for More Employment, also known as Home Incorporated, offers multiple services including education, low-income housing, shelter, and more.
We have a food pantry here, and we have a soup kitchen that we're hoping to increase the hours of.
In April, the nonprofit's warming shelter closed, converted into a space for staff and caseworker meetings until colder weather returns.
But we're a flexible organization that would always provide support to somebody who came to us in the way that we can.
But the nonprofit sees a concerning trend every year the weather gets warmer. Less people utilizing their services and instead trying to live outdoors. A tendency that officials say could stall a person's progress towards better health.
When it becomes cold again, those same people may be coming to our door in more of a crisis than they would have been if they had come when it was warmer.
According to Moore, there is currently no one filling the Community Health and Counseling Services path worker position. In other words, someone who goes out and talks with individuals who would benefit from the home's services. Instead, the outreach work falls upon the home to to do it themselves.
Us as shelter providers, we have that sense about us already to meet people where they are.
Public and private donations help both alleviate that void and support their numerous programs. Those programs accounted for roughly 70% of homes' expenses in 2023. 3 of those programs have increased considerably since 2021.
When people are able to be at the table together, barriers are broken down, and we can start to work together to find solutions that will help each other.
In Orland, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Just a wonderful program, too. They were doing this long before some of the more modern assistance organizations were out there. Really kind of a grassroots thing, too. And they do a lot of things to raise money, get people jobs, and really stabilize them, too.
I didn't know anything about him, but I'd seen him on the Hill for quite some time, so I'm glad to learn.
Yeah, we need to do more with them. They have a lot of really unique programs there.
Cool. So, good to learn about. All right, the time now is 6:21.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All righty, let's get into things this morning. We have some fog that's developing out there. It looks like mainly across parts of Washington County and near Bar Harbor as well. Maybe Rockland as well, but most of us looking okay this morning. You might notice a few localized areas of dense fog at best. Meanwhile, the rest of us looking pretty good out there as we're under a partly cloudy sky. More clouds in the northern parts of the state, maybe a few raindrops as well. They may have to watch for a few raindrops coming up throughout the daytime period today, but otherwise the rest of us looking okay. There's a little bit of shower and thunderstorm action in parts of Canada, and if it rides that path, it might get close to the northern parts of the state. Otherwise, though, across other parts of the country, showers and storms are developing, especially across parts of Iowa, Minnesota, and even in the parts of Wisconsin this morning as well. But in our neck of the woods for today, any fog developing, we'll be getting out of here. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. Coming up later on tonight, mostly cloudy, maybe some areas of dense fog again. A few rain showers can't be ruled out either overnight tonight. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, maybe a few showers and a rumble of thunder possible as well throughout the day on Wednesday. Sunshine will be mixed in from time to time as well. Well, then Wednesday night looking like we'll clear out of here at least for a little bit before we get a few more chances for precipitation and maybe even some fog opportunities coming up as we head towards Thursday morning as well. So we'll keep an eye on that potential. Otherwise, though, any kind of rain chance for pretty much today in the parts of early Thursday morning looking rather minimal, maybe up to a tenth of maybe 0.1 or 0.15 inches of rain before we're all finished up. But as we head towards Thursday, maybe early Friday, maybe a little bit more in the way of some rainfall in the way as well. So between now and Thursday evening, maybe up to a half inch or 3/4 of an inch of rain before we're all finished up there. Some gusty winds on the way for us today as well, reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. Notice the winds will be backing off later on tonight, but maybe a few gusts on the way as we head towards tomorrow as well. So coming up for today, a nice one out there, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy, and a south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy, a few showers can't be ruled out, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a few thunderstorms can't be ruled out, with highs in the mid 80s and a southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All righty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. More chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday, with highs in the low 80s. Low 80s again for your Friday. Will be dry under a partly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day on Saturday, with highs in the mid 70s.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
Visit your main Chevy dealers.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. Just like family, we offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
Thank you for helping us have a great start in 2023.
When we started, we wanted to make sure that North Star could help everyone's needs, whether you own a business, you're a homeowner, or a contractor.
or you have a big project that you need a big dumpster for.
We have what you need: front-load dumpsters, roll-offs, and our transfer station, and so much more.
And the best part is, our prices are unbelievable. If you don't have one of these, you're paying too much.
So who cares if your trash gets picked up? At North Star Waste and Recycling, we care.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snowblowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Iranian authorities are trying to determine what caused a helicopter crash that took the life of President Ibrahim Raisi, his foreign minister, and several other officials as well. Their bodies were found Monday in a mountainous region of the country's northwest. Fox News correspondent Aisha Hasni has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Amid dense fog, pieces of a crashed helicopter appear. On board was Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi, the country's foreign minister, and 5 others.
The tail of the helicopter is here. The rest is on that side. We came here under very difficult conditions.
There were no survivors in Sunday's crash near the border with Azerbaijan. The disaster prompting Iran's supreme leader to announce a 5-day mourning period for his country, while plans get underway for new elections within 50 days. There are questions about who will fill the role of Ibrahim Raisi, a man commonly known as the Butcher of Tehran, a former hardline prosecutor with a direct role in ordering the executions of political prisoners in the 1980s. In the interim, Iran's first vice president, Mohammad Mokhbir, a former banker who is considered to be more moderate than Raisi, will run Iran's executive branch.
This is a serious incident for all of us. It is sad and upsetting, but in the interest of the country and our people, we won't have any disruption.
As Iranian leadership assures citizens about the stability of their government, condolences are pouring in from Iran's allies around the world. Today, the U.S. State Department was questioned about the death of Raisi, after Deputy U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Robert Wood, was part of a group to stand and honor the late Iranian president.
Does the State Department view that as appropriate, taking part in that kind of observance?
Let me say a few things. One, we have been quite clear that Ibrahim Raisi was a brutal participant in the repression of the Iranian people for nearly 4 decades. That said, we regret any loss of life. We don't want to see anyone die in a helicopter crash.
Today, the director of the International Atomic Energy Agency held a moment of silence for late Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, an interesting moment given Raisi's prior nuclear expansion for Iran. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Well, now to Donald Trump's unprecedented hush money trial in New York. It could be the last day of testimony ahead of closing arguments. How tensions boiled over yesterday in court and what Trump's defense got star witness Michael Cohen to admit are making big headlines. ABC's M. Wynn has more.
This morning, Donald Trump set to be back in court for his hush money trial.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It comes after star witness Michael Cohen finished testimony. Trump's defense attorney Todd Blanche fixated on destroying his credibility, getting Cohen to admit he'd stolen $30,000 from the Trump Organization. Blanche's team also calling on 2 witnesses, including longtime Trump ally Robert Costello, who advised Cohen in the days after Cohen's hotel room and office were raided by the FBI. Costello testifying Cohen was manic at the time, saying, "My life is shattered." Costello said he told Cohen all of his problems would go away if he just told the feds the truth about Trump and the deal with Stormy Daniels. But he said Cohen insisted Trump knew nothing about those payments, that he did this on his own. But the trial quickly devolved into chaos after Costello was heard making comments under his breath, rolling his eyes and calling the proceedings ridiculous. The judge saying, "If you don't like my ruling, you don't give me side-eye and you don't roll your eyes. Do you understand that?" Costello glared at him. "Are you staring me down?" the judge asked.
Don't make yourself a sideshow to what could be a very important message that Michael Cohen lied. He lost that opportunity to a large extent.
Outside the court, Trump calling on the judge to dismiss the case.
But you saw what happened, what just took place in that court, and hopefully the motion to dismiss this trial will go through, because this trial is a disaster for our country.
Costello is testifying again this morning. The trial is expected to wrap up today without former President Trump taking the stand. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
The International Criminal Court's chief prosecutor announced Monday he's seeking arrest warrants for several Hamas and Israeli leaders, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. The men stand accused of committing war crimes in Israel and the Gaza Strip. Israel's president calling the ICC's move a one-sided step that emboldens terrorists, and with President Joe Biden also condemning the arrest warrants.
Contrary to allegations against Israel made by the International Court of Justice, what's happening is not genocide.
This all comes as anti-war protests continue dominating college campuses here in the United States, with students at Drexel University in Philadelphia refusing calls to disband their encampment. Drexel University campuses remained on lockdown on Monday, but some classes are resuming in-person learning on Tuesday.
Well, OpenAI says it is putting a pause on its ChatGPT voice that might sound a lot like a popular actress out there. The artificial intelligence company says it is working to halt one of its 5 new voices called Sky after Scarlett Johansson said it sounds too close to her voice. In a statement, Johansson says the OpenAI CEO asked her if she wanted to voice the system back in September, but she declined. The actress says she was shocked to hear how similar the voice sounded to hers when it was released, and adds that she hired lawyers to ask OpenAI to take it down. The company says the voice is that of a different professional actress, but it cannot disclose who it is for privacy reasons. Johansson is known for voicing an AI assistant in her movie called Her.
Which
interesting.
Kind of makes all of this ironic.
Yeah.
Because she did that role.
I think we'll be seeing more of this in the future, you know, as this
Absolutely.
AI continues to develop. They'll just, yeah.
Absolutely, and it's a tough one for the lawyers in the cases. Yeah. All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, we've all seen fiddleheads, but what led to Maine's fascination with them?
We'll
this
go.
and more as Good Morning Maine continues. Sorry, Craig.
That's what she said. We'll be back right after this.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Every year, older Mainers are taken advantage of, pressured into doing things that are not in their best interest. Watch for these red flags and talk to a lawyer before you act. Don't be pressured to sign a power of attorney, deed, or loan document. To sign away your home, even with promises you can live there the rest of your life. To give someone your credit card or access to your money. Call Legal Services from Maine Elders for free, confidential legal advice.
As winter fades and the weather warms, you might not be ready to think about air conditioning, but Valley Home Services is ready because now is the perfect time to beat the heat. Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services are not only great sources for heat in the colder months, they're also fantastic air conditioners for the hotter months. And right now is the best time to install a Fujitsu heat pump so you can take advantage of the efficiency for what heating is left and get a jump on the cooling for the summer. Embrace the comfort with Fujitsu and Valley Home Services.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. It's also National Eat More Fruits and Vegetables Day.
Fruits and vegetables are an important part of a healthy diet because they provide nutrients that the body can't always produce on its own. They contain fiber, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. All of these things help protect against diseases like type 2 diabetes, stroke, heart disease, cancer, and high blood pressure. A lot of things that are really common in the United States.
Yeah, your parents always telling you when you're a kid, you got to eat your vegetables and stuff like that. And there's a reason for that.
Right.
You know, you kind of need them for fuel.
I know, absolutely. And your body needs a variety of nutrients. And like I just said, you can't produce them on your own. And I know this sounds like wah, 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 to a lot of people, but it's important.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Longevity.
You always cook with a lot of vegetables and things like that.
I like them.
Yeah.
And I think there was such an emphasis on it growing up. So oftentimes when you get used to it younger, I feel sometimes it's easier, sometimes for some folks. But it's hard because some places in the United States, vegetables aren't as accessible, and they're a lot more expensive than other things at the grocery store as well, everywhere. So it's frustrating.
Fresh veggies. This time of year, all the farmers markets are starting too. So get ready for that. It's a great way to go, and maybe bring your kids with you to the farmers market and let them pick some things out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or you could start your seeds now, and you'll have cucumbers, in a month and a half, about maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
So eat your vegetables, everybody.
Right.
So, like I shake the finger.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Time for some history. On this day in history, way back in 1881, a woman named Clara Barton founded the American Association of the Red Cross. We now call the association the American Red Cross. In 1908, the first ever American horror movie, silent film, premiered in Chicago. It was the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. In 1932, Amelia Earhart landed her plane near Londonderry in Northern Ireland after a 17-hour flight, making it the first transatlantic solo flight completed by a woman. We talked about that yesterday too, because she had just taken off yesterday and then landed, and she had planned to fly to France but had some problems, had to put it down in Ireland anyway.
And she still got a world record.
Still got a world record out there. So
cool.
Yep.
And in 1971, the White Night riots occurred in San Francisco, erupting after a man named Dan White was given a lenient sentence for assassinating the mayor and the openly gay elected official Harvey Milk. Also in 1971, Marvin Gaye's 11th album, What's Going On, was released, which has been considered as one of the best albums of all time by critic surveys in Rolling Stone, among other magazines as well, and newspapers.
I agree.
It's fantastic, all the songs on there. And for another major pop culture moment on this day in 1980, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, produced by George Lucas, opened in cinemas in the United States. And similarly, in 1983, David Bowie's Let's Dance single goes #1 on the Billboard, similarly in that it's pop culture. And in 2013, Microsoft announced the release of the Xbox One.
For birthdays today, we have actor Judge Reinhold. Remember him? He is 67 years old today.
Right.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of things, including Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Right.
One of my favorite things that he was in.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you his name, but yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
Let's see, singer Gautier is 44. You remember him? I mean, the song a few years ago, he had like a one-hit wonder,
Yeah,
Someone I Used to Know.
Right.
And every time it plays, it sticks in my head for like a week now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy came out, he's brilliant, came up with this song, and now I guess he's still doing some music, but he just kind of vanished after that.
Right, because he made his money. Good for him.
Made his money.
I mean, there he is with multiple Grammys
how
from
about
that song.
Yeah. And remember Mr. T from the
Of
A-Team and the Rocky movies?
Yep.
He is 72 years old today, still going strong.
Yeah, good for him.
I pity the fool. That was his little tagline he used to say all the time.
Yeah,
so I pity the fool.
That was good.
So,
Good stuff.
Anyway, happy birthday today.
Okay, moving right along. It feels like summer.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's going to keep getting hotter for the next couple of days.
I keep pushing back, I need to clean my AC unit before I use it again.
It's time.
And it's time.
Yeah, it's probably full of mold.
Already?
You don't want that.
Yeah, it is, literally. Okay, here's Devin Biggs. On that gross note, here's Devin Biggs with full forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All right, let's get into things this morning. We have some areas of dense fog that's greeting us this morning, mainly along the Bar Harbor area, maybe some other localized areas at best as well. Otherwise, most of us looking okay this morning. No advisories in effect across our neck of the woods at this time. Further out towards the north, we have some clouds developing, maybe a few raindrops as well. Otherwise, for us today, we will stay dry under a partly cloudy sky. A lot of the rain right now is moving into parts of Canada, and that will mainly leave us alone, although it might try to clip the northern parts of the state. We'll have to see how that develops moving forward. Meanwhile, more storms developing across parts of Iowa and maybe southern Wisconsin at this time as well. Futurecast moving forward, any fog that's developing will be getting out of here. We'll be partly cloudy today, more clouds tonight, maybe a few rain showers on the way as well coming up during the overnight period. As for the winds, they may increase a little bit today, maybe up to 10 miles per hour sustained, gusts up to 20 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. So for today, here we go. Lower 80s, a warm one out there, partly cloudy and breezy with that south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. A few showers can't be ruled out with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures warming into the 70s and 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. Well, every May, Mainers seek out fiddleheads. This green scroll-looking vegetable can often be found at farmers markets, roadside stands, or even at your local grocery store.
But why are fiddleheads so popular? Well, our Jody Hersey went to find out.
I will tell everyone, don't ask me for anything in May because I'm fiddleheading.
From late April until the first week of June is fiddlehead season in Maine. This seasonal delicacy likes to grow in a wet, marshy environment. And people who have lived here all their lives have their favorite picking spot.
I pick above industry line.
Monica Bates of Abbott has been picking fiddleheads since she was a kid. You can find her selling them next to Gifford's Ice Cream on Broadway in Bangor.
So a fiddlehead from the ostrich fern tastes like a combination between an asparagus, spinach, some people can say a little mushroomy. I think they have their own taste.
Not far away on the Odland Road, customers will often see Jean Lazaro selling fiddleheads.
Definitely a lot of customers coming to take advantage of buying them here locally.
Horticulturist Kate Garland says fiddleheads grow in Canada, New England, and even as far away as Tennessee.
Because what we're harvesting is that unfurled frond on a fern, and the growth that happens this time of year is staggering.
Fiddleheads have always been a valuable food source for Indigenous people like Lisa Sakabason and Andrea Sakabason of Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness.
Caring for the earth and the earth caring for you with the abundance of fiddleheads is something pretty special, something that ties us to our Indigenous culture. We're harvesting sustainably, so we're leaving some for the next generations to be able to harvest.
No matter how you choose to enjoy them, just make sure you don't eat them raw. In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Love fiddleheads.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just had some last week with a steak. Now I'm looking up what's the nutritional value and because it's National Eat More Veggies Day.
The town of Monroe used to have a fiddlehead festival every year. I used to love going to that. They would make everything out of fiddleheads, including fiddlehead donuts, which were great. Okay. You didn't really taste the fiddleheads.
Right. I mean, they don't have a lot of flavor. I feel it's mostly a texture thing.
Yeah, but you're still eating greens a little bit even doing that. So
I would try it.
They should bring back the fiddlehead festival.
Yeah. Good idea. Yeah. All right. Right after the break, Tyler Cruz has our sports updates.
Don't go away.
There are plenty of good reasons to have a dock at your camp or lakefront home, and to choose a ShoreMaster Premium Dock System or Floating Poly Dock System from Hammond Lumber Company. Lightweight and durable, ShoreMaster high-grade aluminum docks are easy to install and maintain, and poly docks are perfect for dealing with deep or fluctuating water levels. Both offer a wide range of available configurations. There's a ShoreMaster or a poly dock system that's right for you, and you'll find it at Hammond Lumber Company.
We got a probable spree killer who's been operating for at least a few weeks.
She watches them die.
She?
This is personal.
Julia, freeze!
The Will Trent season finale tonight on ABC.
When the Coach House restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spikeball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
You could get low 4.75 financing for 60 months on an all-wheel drive RAV4 hybrid or gas model, which could save you up to $1,600.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
The Eastern Conference Finals are coming to Boston for the third straight year and the sixth time in the past 8 seasons. Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. The Celtics just 4 wins away from an NBA Finals appearance. They now play the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals beginning on Tuesday. The Celtics have been off since last Wednesday after eliminating the Cavs in 5 games in the Eastern Conference semis, whereas Indiana just getting past the New York Knicks on Sunday in 7 games. The Pacers and Celtics have matched up well this year. Indy beat Boston in the in-season tournament back in December, but the Celtics have played on another level this postseason. They don't plan on switching up their mantra at all.
Again, for us, it's always been about just taking what the defense gives us, and that's the most important thing, is making sure our spacing's good, making sure our decision-making is good, and making sure we just make the right play, whether that's for a layup, an open shot, or a 3, whatever it may be.
Come out, play each and every possession with the best intentions possible, come ready to fight every single night, every single possession, and I feel like you'll be in a good spot.
Game 1 and 2 of the series are in Boston on Tuesday and Thursday, tip-off at 8 p.m. on ESPN. To the baseball diamond now, Maine baseball dropping their season finale on Saturday, missing out on the America East tournament, but the offseason is now underway, and they have already added 1 local star to join the Black Bears next season. Bangor Christian grad in 2023 Mr. Maine baseball winner Jason Libby has transferred to the University of Maine for next year. Libby spent the first year of his collegiate career with the Southern Maine Community College Seawolves. He had a 2.15 ERA and over 50 1/3 innings, striking out 56 while only walking 17. Good command there. It was his goal to head to a 4-year school after 1 or 2 seasons at the JUCO level. Did it in 1, and he says every Maine athlete's dream is to play in Orono, especially coming from such a small community.
It's amazing. I think every kid that plays sports in Maine grows up wanting to play for their home state. University of Maine, I mean, it's a great place to be. I mean, it's kind of hard to turn down wanting to play for your home state, the pride that we take in that. So I think that was a big part of the decision. Obviously, you know, growing up in this little community at Bangor Christian, everyone knows me, you know, from winning Mr. Baseball. So everyone's just excited for me, and that's really great.
Libby says he met with pitching coach Scott Heath, who recruited him. He actually threw a complete game the day Heath came to visit. He made it official last week on his campus visit to UMaine. He becomes the 7th Mainer on the roster for Nick Durba, including Old Town's Gabe Gifford and Skowhegan's Tyler Annis. And it's all a part of their mission to keep Maine's best here in Maine.
That's what they mentioned there. You wanted to get the best guys out of Maine, and then from there they'll look out the side to say. But I think I'm really glad they chose to look at me, and I get the opportunity to play there.
Let's stay with some baseball now. The Red Sox opening up a series with the Tampa Bay Rays on Monday. Rafael Devers looking for his 6th straight game with a homer. Rafi grounded out first time up, 1-0 Sox here in the 4th. He goes the other way with a fastball, and that baby is gone, just clearing the wall and left. 6 straight games with a homer is a franchise record for the Red Sox, and only 6 MLB players have homered in 7 straight, including guys like Mike Trout and Barry Bonds, so he'll be going for that. First pitch is Tuesday at 6:50. Red Sox did win, by the way. Let's go to the softball field now. Herman Hawks taking on Bangor High. First inning is a 1-2-3 inning for Bangor's Taylor Clark. Here she is getting the swinging strikeout to end the frame and head back to the dugout. And then the bottom of the first, very next frame, really good start for the Rams. Eva Coombs hangs on the off-speed pitch perfectly, drives it into right field. Rams opened with 2 straight hits, but Mikal Verrill would strike out the next 3 batters to get out of the jam. Runner on second next inning for the Rams, but Verrill again hanging cool. Makes a nice play here to finish the inning and get in the dugout. Pitchers duel for the first 3 innings, but Addy Waning would blast a homer in the 4th to get the offense going for the Hawks, and then the Herman Bats heat up late. They win it 7-0. Onto the football field now, down in Foxborough. Rookie minicamp has wrapped up, and now mostly the entire Patriots team back at Gillette Stadium on Monday for organized team activities, or OTAs. For the first time in over 20 years, there is no one with a Pats hoodie with the sleeves cut off walking around practice. Bill Belichick not running the show anymore. Rookie head coach Gerard Mayo has shaken off the nerves during rookie minicamps, but is still anxious to put his own fingerprints on the franchise. On the rookie theme, rookie QB and 3rd overall draft pick Drake May is still just 21 years old, but Mayo is really impressed with how the youngster has carried himself and his work ethic.
Yeah, I thought Drake did a great job, not only, progressing on the field, but also off the field. You can already tell, like, he's going to put in that extra work. I walk by the quarterback meeting room, he's just in there by himself watching film, and those are the things that you want to see, and excited to see his growth going forward.
Big stuff. Thank you, everybody. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
My name is Pam Crowley. In 1 year, I had to take care of burial or cremation arrangements for 4 family members, including my husband and my sister. I could not have gotten through everything without my funeral director, Cindy, at Bragdon Kelly Funeral Homes. Cindy greeted us as a friend. During her arrangements, she was so personable. Cindy is so patient and understanding. She gave us assurance, comfort, and she has such a great smile. The best thing that Cindy did is take such good care of my husband. He had some issues before his death. I felt very worried that he would not look right. When I saw him, he looked like my husband. Cindy took excellent care of him. Seeing him definitely helped me feel right. Cindy did more than I ever expected of a funeral director.
Bragdon Kelly Funeral Homes. Let our family serve yours.
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
All right, now let's get a look at that forecast with meteorologist Devin Thinks.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All righty, let's get into things this morning. We have some fog that's developing out there. It looks like mainly across parts of Washington County and near Bar Harbor as well. Maybe Rockland as well, but most of us looking okay this morning. You might notice a few localized areas of dense fog at best. Meanwhile, the rest of us looking pretty good out there as we're under a partly cloudy sky. More clouds in the northern parts of the state, maybe a few raindrops as well. They may have to watch for a few raindrops coming up throughout the daytime period today, but otherwise the rest of us looking okay. There's a little bit of shower and thunderstorm action in parts of Canada, and if it rides that path, it might get close to the northern parts of the state. Otherwise, though, across other parts of the country, showers and storms are developing, especially across parts of Iowa, Minnesota, and even in parts of Wisconsin this morning as well. But in our neck of the woods for today, any fog developing, we'll be getting out of here. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. Coming up later on tonight, mostly cloudy, maybe some areas of dense fog again. A few rain showers can't be ruled out either overnight tonight. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, maybe a few showers and a rumble of thunder possible as well throughout the day on Wednesday. Sunshine will be mixed in from time to time as well. Well, then Wednesday night looking like we'll clear out of here at least for a little bit before we get a few more chances for precipitation and maybe even some fog opportunities coming up as we head towards Thursday morning as well. So we'll keep an eye on that potential. Otherwise, though, any kind of rain chance for pretty much today in the parts of early Thursday morning looking rather minimal, maybe up to a tenth of maybe 0.1 or 0.15 inches of rain before we're all finished up. But as we head towards Thursday, maybe early Friday, maybe a little bit more in the way of some rainfall in the way as well. So between now and Thursday evening, maybe up to a half inch or 3/4 of an inch of rain before we're all finished up there. Some gusty winds on the way for us today as well, reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. Notice the winds will be backing off later on tonight, but maybe a few gusts on the way as we head towards tomorrow as well. So coming up for today, a nice one out there. Lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy, and a south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. A few showers can't be ruled out, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy. A few thunderstorms can't be ruled out, with highs in the mid 80s and a southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All righty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. More chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday, with highs in the low 80s. Low 80s again for your Friday. Will be dry under a partly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day on Saturday, with highs in the mid 70s.
R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily, we offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, one of our many savory soups, or a pizza, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after a long workday? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore. Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority, and with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo. At North Ellsworth Auction Company, we understand the value of heirlooms, whether collected or inherited. With 150 years of combined experience, let our experts handle your estates. Join us every second and fourth week of the month for our live auctions. North Ellsworth Auction Company, your trusted partner in finding new homes for your treasure.
Well, you don't need to take a double take. Take a look at this, though. You're looking at dozens of four-legged surfers taking part in the annual European Dog Surfing Championship. Baloo and Ghost, a pair of Weimaranders, confidently shredded the waves on a beach in northern Spain. Chocolate-colored red Labrador Koa and her owner claimed the winner's crown in the third annual championship. The event has a serious aim, though, to promote dog adoptions around the world.
Looks like we're about out of time. We'll continue broadcasting on Fox 22.